Hello Aquarius, this is your December 2016 read. I'm doing December as a whole because it's getting pretty busy and I don't want to end up missing a period of time. For the main read, I'm using the Tarot of the Moon Garden. I've had this since I was a teenager. And the paintings are by Karen Marie Schweikart, in case you want to see them. And for the advice cards, I'm using the Angel Therapy Oracle card deck by Doreen Virtue. Another deck I've had for a while, but I thought was a pretty good one, so I'm going to use that too. Per usual, already shuffled the deck. All that comes out at once. Okay. And then those two. Alright, let's get right into this because I'm curious, because they're coming face down again and there's a pile of them. So, and by pile I mean 3 of them, so let's see where that goes. This can go out. Okay, so the first half of the month looks a little interesting to me. Your overall energy is the Two of Swords, which makes me feel like you're going in blind. And like through most of the month, you're not really sure what's going to happen. Okay, so that's where we're kind of starting. Wow, she came up again. The base chakra is the root chakra. I feel like there's a primal energy going on with this, and it's just kind of like trying to get through the month. Doing what needs to be done. I don't feel like you're fighting for survival, but I feel like you need to just do certain things to keep going with the situation. You need to keep the situation alive, you need to do your part, and you make sure that your part is done. Okay. As we start into this time frame, we got the Six of Swords in your direct line, which makes me feel like you feel kind of under pressure to keep things going, to not cause waves, to just keep... I feel like that base chakra is pulling in again. Like, I feel like you're trying to keep things moving forward. It's not like fighting for your life, but it's like there's certain things you feel like you have to do, and you kind of feel almost under the gun to do them. And you just keep going with that energy in the beginning of this month. As we move forward, I feel like as I see her, the High Priestess, there's a lot of grace and a little bit of intuition coming into you at this point, where you feel like you're doing what you need to do and you have the tools to do it. You're kind of holding back a little bit of communication just because you're not really sure if it's time to share it. And again, you're kind of like feeling like certain things, it's just not good. It's going to cause problems if I say certain things at this point. It's not even like it would be nasty or mean, anything like that. It's just something like you might know something that you're like, I don't want to share that because I don't want to cause ripples at this point. I don't think it's a good time to do that. This is the environment around you. So I feel like people around you are having a tough time. Someone is, or I feel like this is more of like more than one person's kind of having a rough time, and you're doing what you can to help them out. I feel like that's partly what's going on here. I also feel like you see things that need to change, or something needs to be said, but you're just like, it's not, you just don't feel like they're receptive, or they're not going to be able to handle it or do anything about it just yet. But you're kind of looking at the situation to see what needs to happen, and you're trying to plan it out. You're trying to be as, intricate. I don't know why intricate would pop in there. Detailed, maybe that's why. You're just being very careful. Like, when am I going to say it? You're trying to make sure that they're okay, that they're going to actually be able to use the information. You don't want to say something for it to be just brushed off or just to like cause a meltdown. Okay, you don't want to cause a meltdown. Okay, that makes sense. Now the environmental, from here on out, doesn't have anything yet. Not that anything won't. Not that nothing, not that there won't be. But, wow. Okay. The first stack of cards, I got 2. The first stack has 3, the second stack has 2. This is going towards your future, and it's good. It's all money related in this first one. Queen of Pentacles, 2 of Pentacles, Ace of Pentacles. Now these are all good cards. I almost feel like you might be taking someone in, or you might be helping someone financially. I feel like it's taking someone in, or taking care of somebody. I feel like it's like taking someone in. I really kind of feel that way. I know these readings, general readings, and don't resonate for everybody, but still, it definitely feels like someone coming in, like you're offering to help, or like really caring for someone, and like you're leading the way. You're taking care of someone. I feel like all of this, that's what the whole thing here, like this is like you, I feel like you're taking care of someone. Something changes and you feel like you need to take care of something. Whatever's going on with that person, I feel like this is the offer to take care of them. Like you're really offering, like, let me help you. Let me help you get through this. A lot of love on your side. A lot of love, a lot of caring, putting that offer out. This is the beginning of it. It's a good thing. Like, I feel like you're in a position to do it, though. So if this resonates with you, you're in a position to do this, however it is. I feel like there might be a couple of you that feel like you may not have enough to actually do that. But the way it works out is, like, I feel like you're just helping them in a sense. Like, you're really helping them. It's monetary. Like, they're either moving in a sense, or somehow you're helping them do something that improves their financial situation. This kind of... For some people, you're, like, helping them balance their bills or their books and stuff like that. For some of you, that's what this is. You're helping them balance their books. It's definitely money related, though. Okay. The ending part of this month. These two cards I haven't looked at yet. Let's see. Okay. I wonder if the balancing of the books sounds really... That makes a lot of sense to me, especially when the next part you come out to, and this is in your line, that was in your line, those three cards were in your line of succession, and so aren't these two. The Queen of Swords with the Page of Cups. Especially the way I'm looking at him right now, she is very much just being honest and direct, but she's being very careful to be loving and kind at the same time. When this card comes up with that one, especially in this situation right now, it makes me feel like direct, honest, but kind. Saying things as they are able to be received. I feel like this is a very sensitive situation, and you're very careful. You don't want this other person to have a meltdown. You're really you're very conscious of the thought that, if I freak them out, it doesn't really matter what I say, because they're just going to be concentrating on freaking out, and it's like I'm saying nothing. It's just like I'm just white noise in the background. It's just not going to matter. And you're very, very conscious of that. And it weighs on your conscience. I think that's where I'm going. It weighs on you, because it's very important to you not to traumatize this person more, because you feel like they're in a fragile state. Yes. But as we go out of this time frame, I feel like whatever's happening with that person, it's in flux. So it's not really something that can be all that defined for some reason. It's more on your side. I feel like you're more stable and able to handle things, and you're doing your best. That's coming through, especially since it's a general read. I definitely get, if this is resonating with you, you're doing your best, and it's going to work out differently for different people. It's coming through a lot too, and you don't have control. Even though you could say everything right and do your best, they still might freak out. Some of you are going to get that. I feel like some of you are going to get where it works out the way it should. Some of you are going to get, the meltdown's going to happen, but I feel like there's other factors in the spin. This person's kind of spinning, and things are just coming at them in different things. Even though you're doing everything to try to stop that spin, to slow it up, other things are going to still set them off. You may say one word that you think is completely benign and not a problem, but it just triggers something in their head, and there they go. The person is in flux. That person is in flux. It's not going to always be like that, hopefully. It's going to depend on your circumstances. I know there are some people that just kind of live that way. But I feel like in this situation, for the most part, it's not a normal situation. Okay. Where are we going with this? These are in yours. Okay. As we go, these two cards are for as you are doing this offer to help balance the books, bring them into your house, whatever that is, and you're trying to communicate in a loving way to help, because it's very important. The helping is very important to you. It's very important. Your two cards of advice are release and, what was the other one? Crown Chakra. I feel like this is just reiterating some other stuff. Well, that you're doing your best. The Crown Chakra, I feel like you're really, you're getting the help, but you have to remember the other person's in flux. So there's just going to be situations where there's just saying something or not saying something, either way, it's going to work out. They're just going to have their meltdown. I feel like some people are just due for it, and it's just going to happen. I feel like your loving nature makes them feel safe. It might cause the meltdown for that reason, because they feel safe enough to have the meltdown. Not that you want to see them go through that, but they just need you there when they have the meltdown, because they trust you to pick them up afterwards. It's not like something consciously they're thinking, but emotionally deep down they feel safe, and things bubble up and come out, and they try to deal with things. They're trying to deal with things, and it overwhelms them. The release is, don't feel guilty if they have a meltdown. Not everyone's going to have one. Like, it's in flux. Like I said, it is in flux with the person around you. But if they do, don't hold guilt about it. Don't beat yourself up. Realize you're trying your best, because they really get this really thoughtful, caring energy through this whole thing, where that's the last thing you want is for them to have a meltdown, but some of them need to. Even if things go well, I'm getting that, even if things go well and they don't have a meltdown, I feel like you're going to feel like you need to do more, and you're going to get really caught up in the situation. They're reminding you not to let it overwhelm you, to remind yourself you're doing what you can, you're doing the best you can to help someone else, but you still have to live your life too. Don't be so wrapped up in it that you will become overwhelmed yourself. Be careful of that. Help, be caring, but remember, you're helping. It's not happening to you, whatever it is. It might be happening to you in a sense, but you're not the one overwhelmed, is what I'm getting. If you get too caught up in them, it may feel like that, though. So just be mindful of your thoughts, and don't get too sucked into it, because it can be very addictive or enthralled. It can become all encompassing. Okay. Overall, I'm not gonna go through the whole thing again, but I am getting it's not gonna be like the worst month ever. I feel like you're just gonna be kind of going blind through the whole thing, in the sense of not really knowing how things are going to work out. When you make that offer to help, I feel like you start thinking about it in the beginning, and you want to offer it like soon after whatever is going on happens. But I feel like you wait to offer until you think the other person is ready to hear it. Why is there a J there? There's a J. The January J, is that what we're going for? Okay, the offer you give may be something that you offer in December, but happens in January too. Like, they may not, somebody might, this goes in a lot of different directions, but whatever it is, the offer might happen in January. Okay. I feel like this will make sense to you if this needs to. It comes to your forefront in December, but I think what they're getting at is, don't feel like you have to offer in December. You're going to be looking for the right time to say so, and it could even happen in January before you offered. I feel like you're looking for the right time, and some of you are evaluating to just decide whether it needs to be done or not. Okay. So again, not the super worst month ever, but I feel like the blindness is just in a sense of not really knowing how things are going to settle. You're kind of looking out for this person, kind of watching them just to see what needs to be done, and you're not completely sure about how they're taking things, and that's another thing. You're kind of not sure how stable they really are, and again, I feel like they're in flux, so it's just something you're looking out for. Again, I know that you guys can go back in the video if you want to rewatch something. Of course, if you want to leave me a comment to let me know how you felt about this, I greatly appreciate that. If you want a reading from me, jamesforastral@gmail.com is my email. James4astral@gmail.com. Thank you for watching. Have a good day.